not all mnemonics are equal. Some mnemonics are more effective than others, like anything. How do you know when a mnemonic is good, effective, worth your time, will get you where you want to go? And how do you know when the mnemonic is actually getting in your way? How can a mnemonic get in the way? A mnemonic, after all, is supposed to help you remember stuff. But if you have to work as hard to remember the mnemonic as you would have to work to remember the thing the mnemonic is trying to help you remember, then that mnemonic is in the way. That mnemonic is not helping. Now, why do we have these mnemonics that are not effective? People make up these mnemonics because it's sort of a quick way to think you are learning something. And it makes you feel like, okay, now that I know those 4, 5, 6 notes, now that I know how to identify them based on this mnemonic, I've actually learned something about music. If you have taken a music class, if you have studied music theory at all, one of the first things you learn about reading music is that the spaces spell the word face on the treble staff, which is what we use for the guitar. And the lines have some mnemonic associated with them. Usually, every good boy does fine, or every good boy deserves favor, or every good burger deserves fries, or some variation of that. The problem with these mnemonics is that you are taking yourself away from the source of the thing you're memorizing, and now you have a mnemonic to memorize. The day I realized that all I was doing was looking at 7 letters of the alphabet in alphabetical order, and that the mnemonic was actually getting in the way. Because if you are going from a line to a space to a line to a space, why do you want 2 separate mnemonics cluttering everything up? You don't need to know the names of the lines separately from the names of the spaces if you're going from one note to the next in a melody. It's 7 letters of the alphabet in alphabetical order. That and the fact that these mnemonics restrict you to a specific range of notes, F-A-C-E. And it kind of creates an artificial barrier below F and above E. And there's an artificial barrier below E in E, G, B, D, F and above F. It's like differentiating not just the lines and the spaces, but also the notes of the lines of the staff from the ledger lines, which you then think maybe you should have another mnemonic for that. But if you realize it's just the alphabet, 7 letters in alphabetical order, well, then problem really solved. Mostly we're concerned about just simply being able to look at a staff and knowing what the notes are. And the more you look at it as 7 letters of the alphabet in alphabetical order, the first ledger line down from the staff is C, the next space is D, the next line, the first bottom line of the 5 lines of the staff is E, and then F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You're just up and down the alphabet. So you need to know your alphabet, 7 letters, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, in any continuum, any sequence of letters alphabetically around and around in a circle, and descending. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Now, if you're having trouble keeping track of the reverse 7-letter alphabet, maybe there is a type of mnemonic that will actually help. And if you take the letters of the reverse musical alphabet, C, B, starting from C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, you have this words that are spelled by C, B, A, G, bag, F, E, D, fed, C, C, bag, fed, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D. That is the descending or the reverse musical alphabet, B-A-G-F-E-D-C. When you look at chords, chord structure is based on thirds. That means that you skip a letter. Chords are written down on the staff. Each note, on a fundamental level, each note will be a line, a line, a line, a line, or space, 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 if it's a basic triad. And this doesn't include inversions and other types of chords that aren't written that way. But that's the fundamental idea. So you need that first, fundamentally, primarily. And then you don't just need F-A-C-E, but you need A-C-E-G, and you need C-E-G-B, and you need E-G-B-D. You need every sequence, and you are not going to have a separate mnemonic for each of them. I mean, really, do you want all those mnemonics cluttering up? Just get familiar with the sequence on its own terms. So you can say, okay, face. Well, that's a built-in mnemonic. If there's a built-in mnemonic, F-A-C-E, fine. A-C-E-G, ace-G, fine. A-C-E-G. C-E-G-B, C-E-G-B, seg-B, C-E-G-B, C-E-G, E-G-B-D, E-G-B-D. I mean, it gets a little, E-G-B-D, 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 G-B-D-F, G-B-D-F, G-B-D-F. Just repeating the sequences and getting familiar with the sounds of those sequences as if you're learning new words. If you're going to learn a mnemonic which is made up of a bunch of words, then why can't you just think of the note sequences as words of their own? Keep in mind that we also want to reverse that. Not just the scale goes up and down, but arpeggios go up and down. So if you have, say, a C major chord, C, E, G, well then it goes G, E, C back the other way. C, E, G, G, E, C, or C, E, G, B, B, G, E, C. B, G, E, C. What comes before C? A. B, G, E, C, A. What comes before A? F. C, A, F. Descending, right? C, A, F, D. C, A, F, D. Calf D. Not D, calf, calf D. C, A, F, D. C, A, F, D, B. G, E. B, G, E. A mnemonic, when you have each letter forming the beginning of a new word, that's referred to as an acrostic mnemonic. We don't want acrostic mnemonics, really. I don't want them. I'm going to venture that you really don't want them either. I don't want them. You don't want them. Nobody should want them. If mnemonics work for you, but the more you get away from them, the better. They're training wheels at best. Get away from them as fast as you can. Circle of fifths, order of sharps, circle of fourths, order of flats. Sharps are added in fifths, and if we think of the circle of fifths, C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, G flat. We'll just go halfway around. That's a good sort of bite-sized piece, halfway around. C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp. That is in order of the number of sharps in the key. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp. C, G, D, A, E. D, A, E sort of spells day. D, A, E, B, F sharp, G flat. And then the order of sharps is going to follow that same sequence, except that it will start on F. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp. That's how you add sharps. In fourths, If we start on C, we've got C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, F sharp. This one's easy because it's also like we experienced before. When something spells a word, why not use it? That's a built-in mnemonic. Those make sense because it is the thing. It's not taking you away from the thing. So C, F, B, E, A, D, but it's C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. That's the order of flats. Flats start on B. The first flat is B. The next one is E. The next one is A. The next one is D. The next one is G. And the next one is C if you keep going. C, yes, C flat. The next one would be F in fourths. Sharps and flats are added in a logical sequence. And the simplest way, I think, to get that is that you start with the key of C, start with natural tones, nothing but natural tones all the way around. And then you say, okay, if I have a key with one sharp, where will that sharp go? Well, it just happens that that sharp is added on the seventh step of the key. That's a built-in mnemonic on its own. Why? Because sharps are added on 7. Guess where flats go? Flats are on fourths. You know it's fourths because it's the other way. You can't accidentally say fifths because you've already covered that. Sharps are in fifths, flats are in fourths, and they are added on the fourth of each new key. It's a circle of fourths, it's a circle of fifths, it's both circles all the time. Remember that fourths and fifths are inversions of each other. So when you are moving in fourths, say C, F, B, E, A, D, G, C. If you reverse that, C, G, D, A, E, B, F, C, those are fifths. Fifths and fourths are inversions, and the distances between them are alphabetically reciprocal. If you reverse fifths, you get fourths. If you reverse fourths, you get fifths. Once again, just on the subject of mnemonics, what would it be like to have to remember one mnemonic for going through the circle of fifths and another mnemonic for going through the circle of fourths, going the other way? So 2 separate mnemonics to remember the same sequence in opposite directions. So how does that make things easier than just repeating the pattern, getting familiar with the sound of the pattern? The sound of the pattern. After all, music is sound. So if the sound of the pattern of C, F, B, E, A, D, G, 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 C, F. The same thing for fifths. C, G, D, A, E, B, F, F, C, G, D, A, E, B, F. Just drill, 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 drill. Understanding interval structure, ascending and descending, is really the key to getting a handle on the whole system, reading it, imagining it, applying it to the guitar. Intervals are the distances between notes as you play. So understanding how the notes relate to each other in an interval sequence and what note follows which, etc., will really go a long way to really just giving you a clearer and clearer picture of how this whole system works. And when you look at the staff, you want to see an alphabetical sequence. You want to see line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, as an alphabetical sequence, starting from whatever point you choose, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and then do the same when you are jumping through an interval sequence. Consecutive line, space, step, 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 alphabetical, line, space, line, space, line, space. Start there. Those are seconds, major seconds, minor seconds, half steps, whole steps, just line, space, line, space. Any time you go from one alphabet letter to the next, it's a line, a space, line, space, line, space. If you skip from line to line to line to line, it's thirds, line, 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 space, 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 space is thirds, fourths, line, space, 1, 2, 3, 4. Line, space, line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a fifth, etc., etc., etc. That's all there is to it. You're just counting alphabet letters. You're going from line to space to line to space to line to space, or space, line, space, line, space, line. That's how you do it. All right. That's all I have for now. I'm going to keep doing this. You can't stop me. I hope you're getting something out of this. I really do. I hope you're getting something out of this. Please let me know, etc., etc., etc. I will see you. I'm just going to keep saying that.